And the big story today, dive crews have resumed the search for the bodies of 6 construction workers who were filling potholes on the Francis Scott Key Bridge when it collapsed. 2 others survived. 1 has serious injuries. Now, this all came after a cargo ship crashed into a pillar of the Key Bridge around 1:30 a.m. yesterday. 10 on your side's Andy Fox is in Baltimore right now and brings us the latest.
The road behind me is the road that led up to what was the Francis Scott Key Bridge. The NTSB begins its investigation in earnest today into what happened. They did not board the ship yesterday to give the Coast Guard more time to do the search and rescue, but that sadly has turned into a search and recovery. The first task for investigators is locating and getting information from the black box, and that will be a critical part of the investigation. That will determine any engine issues and failures, why the power went out twice, further investigating attempts to drop an anchor before the collision. The NTSB will likely find there had been propulsion issues with the ship. The Port of Hampton Roads will be continuing to monitor additional traffic due to the port closure here in Baltimore. I spoke with Aubrey Lane, who is the Board of Directors Chair, Virginia Port Authority, who says this will have an immediate significant impact on the supply chain. Most of the diverted container ships will likely go to New York and New Jersey. Lane points out the benefits to Hampton Roads. We have two-way traffic containers coming in and going out. We have deep 55-foot channels. Baltimore is the major port for vehicles, over 800,000 a year. Hampton Roads could handle some of that. Lane also pointed out the excellent access to rail and the ability to move containers. The trucking community has some concerns. Will the additional business stretch capacity at the port, and how long will truckers have to wait, sometimes without pay, to load containers to move them out? So there are a lot of moving parts to this story. I will be here in Baltimore. I'll have reports for you coming up at 4, 5, and 6. In Baltimore, Andy Fox, 10 on your side.
And as Andy just mentioned, the search and recovery mission for the 6 missing construction workers has now turned into a recovery operation. So one of the workers we now know is Miguel Luna, a father of 6 children who came to this country from El Salvador. Meanwhile, the Mexican embassy says 3 of the workers were from Mexico and others from Guatemala. Mexico President Andres Manuel Lopez Obrador says this demonstrates that migrants go out and do risky jobs at midnight, and for this reason, they do not deserve to be treated as they are by certain insensitive, irresponsible politicians in the United States. So far, authorities have not officially released the names of the missing workers.